Okay. Let us turn to page 4. The mantra which we started yesterday. We'll start the same thing again. And if possible, as you recite the mantra, see if you can reflect on the meanings of the mantra. This mantra, if you can blend with the 4 seals. The 4 seals, it should be here. Just to the opposite page, page 5. And the 3rd verse, which is all composite things impermanent, all contaminated things of the nature of suffering, all phenomena are of the nature of emptiness and selflessness, transcending sorrow is peace. So these 2, we need to be able to know how to blend the 2. Once you know how to blend the 2, and the reality is that in our life, we are bound to face with difficulties, challenges, and the tragic situations. So under such situation, oftentimes we just completely break down and we just lose the meaning, we lose the sense of hope, become so hope, they feel hopelessness, helplessness, and loss. So whereas if you reflect, if we, not just you, including me, if you reflect on this stanza, all composite things are impermanent, all contaminated things are of suffering nature, everything is of nature empty and selflessness, transcending sorrow is absolute peace. We blend this stanza with the mantra, Ye Dharma, Hindu Bhagava. And if you could blend the 2, of course, after reciting this, I'll try to blend the 2. And then if you could reflect on a daily basis, any time we come across tragic situations, difficult times, you will not break down. You can take it very easily. And on that basis, we can see that our life is much easier. You can take your life much more easily and with joy and fun. Okay, with that in mind, let's recite the mantra together 3 times. Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava Hetum Desham Tathagato Yavatat Desham Chayo Niroda Evamati Mahashramahaye Swaha. Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava Hetum Desham Tathagato Yavatat Desham Chayo Niroda Evamati Mahashramanaye Swaha. Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava Hetum Desham Tathagato Yavatat Desham Chayo Niroda Evamati Mahashramanaye Swaha. The meaning of the mantra, the next verse. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation of the causes as well as taught by the great seer. Next, the page 5, stanza 3. All composite things are impermanent, all contaminated things are of the nature of suffering, all phenomena are of the nature of emptiness and selflessness, transcending sorrow is peace. Okay, now let us read the Heart Sutra mantra, which is on page 25. Heart Sutra mantra. I'm not going to go through the Heart Sutra, the text now, but I'm going to give you an overview of what this Heart Sutra is. This is a very beautiful text, which was in the form of a dialogue. If you know the background, the basic picture of this, and you will love it. And then if you are somebody who seeks to achieve fearlessness, who does not want fear in your life, then you must study this and reflect on this and to practice this. And if you feel fun to have fear, no need, right? Okay, this is basically so what is being said here. So this text, you can read it later. I'm not going to read it here. It has to give you the overview of what this text is about. This text, there are 4 points indicated here. The 4 points. The first point is just the background of this, how this dialogue all happened. Buddha Shakyamuni, he was presiding over the congregation. Then there were 2 figures there. One is the Bodhisattva of compassion. Bodhisattva of compassion meaning somebody who has reached a very high level of spiritual realization, known as Aravarukateshvara. Bodhisattva of compassion was sitting on one side. On the other side was the most brilliant disciple of the Buddha Shakyamuni, Shariputra. 2 of them were there, and then the group of monks, nuns, the lay devotees, and the bodhisattvas, they were all there. Then the Buddha Shakyamuni absorbed into concentration, meaning to see the emptiness of nature, which we're going to discuss today. So he was just absorbed into the meditation. And then the one thing that each one of us, if we're able to reach to that level of advancement of spiritual realization, whereby your true nature, which we were discussing yesterday, the true nature of the perfection, purity, like the water, from Mine River, was the river, the water like very clean? It's very clean? No, you want to drink it? You don't want to drink it. So why? Why not? Why not? It's very dirty. Okay, so you don't want to drink it because in Israel it's dirty, is what you're saying? Okay, let's say it's very dirty. But that same water, we can subject this to a purification process. Reverse osmosis, ultrafiltration and so forth. And then the water comes out so clean. All the water that we get, bottled water, we get it from this process. So this water, the clean water, after purification, you like to drink it? Yes. Okay. Why not the first time? Why now? First time, when I just take it from the river mine, it's not clean. Now it's very clean. So tell me, where this clean water, from where did it come from, the clean water? From where did it come from? From Mount Kailash? From Mount Everest? Or from same dirty water? Same dirty water. Which means that the true nature of the river mine is not dirty. The true nature of the water is so pure. So that purity is mixed with the external factors, and then the internal purity becomes dominant, not visible. Likewise, our mind, which is like gold inside, that gold, when mixed with the soil, is not visible. When you remove the soil, the gold inside becomes visible. So now the point is, when this gold becomes manifest fully, at that point you are known as the fully enlightened being, fully awakened being, and you have a capacity to have access to all phenomena simultaneously. Yesterday we talked about the cognitive obscuration. You remember that? Okay. By the way, how many of you were absent yesterday? Raise hands. How many of you were absent yesterday? Okay. Never mind. Okay. So.
Maybe
Okay.
you could explain again, cognitive observation.
Yes, then the yesterday's program has to be repeated today, and today we appreciate it tomorrow. Okay, so what I'm saying, don't worry. Those of us here who are coming here just today, absent yesterday, still don't worry. You will get something. Don't worry. Okay, because if I repeated what we did yesterday, and then the yesterday's participants, they'll feel bored. Okay. So now the point is that the true nature, when the gold, when the impurities, they are being removed, then the gold becomes manifest, then you start to glow. So that glow, it glows outside and inside both. It glows on all dimensions. So there, when you reach to that level of the purity, then you can get access to the ultimate reality plus the conventional reality, which means conventionally you can converse. Meanwhile, you also get access to the ultimate reality. So what is this ultimate reality? What's conventional reality? This is what we're going to discuss the whole day. Okay. So the Buddha Shakyamuni, he was into this meditative state and just piercing toward the ultimate reality. Meanwhile, he was getting access to the conventional reality of the world, what's happening around. So with this, what he did was he blessed Shariputra, the most brilliant disciple of him, blessed him to stand up to ask questions to Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of compassion. Then Shariputra, he stood up. This is the basic picture. First point. Point number 2. Shariputra stood up and he asked a question. So it is us who should inquire. What question was asked? What is that question asked by Shariputra? This is number 2. Then the next job is for us to see what response is given by Avalokiteshvara. What response did he give? Number 3. Number 4. If we practice the way indicated by Avalokiteshvara, what is the benefit? What's the benefit? Number 4. You're getting it? So these are the 4 points we need to reflect on as we read the Heart Sutra. But I'm not going to read the Heart Sutra, so I'll leave it on you. You can read this later on. Okay. So on the point is question asked. Point number 2. Question. What is the question asked by Shariputra to Avalokiteshvara? Question asked is that how should the child of a lineage practice the Perfection Wisdom Sutra? Perfection Wisdom. Perfection Wisdom meaning the emptiness which we're going to discuss this whole day. How should one practice that? And the child of the lineage. Oftentimes, some translators translate as the son of the lineage. But it is not a good translation. The original Tibetan is Pu. In Sanskrit, it is Putra. So that is a connotation of the child, not necessarily son. So therefore, the wrong translations can easily, create unnecessary divisions, unnecessary feeling of sadness in one group. The point is that anybody can practice it. It's not only the boys, males, females, both can practice it. And in my own life experience, I see that many of the girls who practice this wisdom to see the emptiness, and then because of which they could really display the experiential, the insights, very profound. So why only confined to the son? Why only confined to the men? It's equal to the men and women alike. Okay, so the transition should be, how should the child of a lineage practice the perfection wisdom? The next question is, what do you mean by lineage? Lineage, for example, is in 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago. It was they said wherever you go in the world, you see the emperors, pharaohs, kings, chieftains, and so forth. So their son was going to be the kings later. Their son was going to become the emperor later. So therefore, it becomes very important. Likewise, you may be a girl or a boy, it doesn't matter. So you can become, you have the capacity to become greater than the kings and the queens. You have the capacity to become the fully awakened being, meaning that you reach a state of highest realization where you are not going to be affected by any external factors anymore. No matter what external factors you encounter with, your mind is forever peaceful, fearless, and forever having the experience of the expansive joy and happiness 24/7. Even the kings and queens, they don't have that experience. They have to live in fear. The pharaohs, the kings, queens, and the emperors, empress, they all had to live in fear. But when you reach that level of the realization, you're totally free to all forms of fears. And instead you live in the world of expansive joy and happiness. So this is the greatest of the lineage. We talk about the lineage of kings. We talk about the lineage of the monarchs and so forth. But the greatest of the lineage is the lineage which will take you to the state of ultimate happiness and the fearlessness. So everybody has that capacity. If you say identify this potential insight, everybody has this. It's not that only if you're a Buddhist, then you have that capacity. Only if you're a man, you have that capacity. Only if you're educated, you have that capacity. Only if you're young, you have that capacity. No. Irrespective, across the board of the reality, of the humanity, of the sentience, this is the reality. Everybody has that capacity to really become the full enlightened being. In other words, everyone has capacity to be free from all forms of fears, to become fearless at all times and in place. Likewise, to have expansive joy, infinite joy at all times and in space. Okay, so this is amazing. This is amazing source of hope for me, right? Otherwise, my family members, my ancestors, my great-grandparents, my grandparents, my parents, myself, we are all downtrodden, we are the inferior. No, there's no one of inferior. We're all equal. Okay, so this is what is being said there, the child of the lineage. Anybody who realizes that we all have the same potential of perfection. I want to awaken this. The moment you say this, I want to awaken this potential. You fall under the category of this child of the lineage. You become the child of the lineage. Okay, if you're a child of the lineage, what is your job? Your job is to awaken this seed. Awaken the seed of perfection inside. The gold inside, separate this gold from the dirt. Remove the dirt from this gold. There's your job. Those of us who attended yesterday's talk, tell me, what does that means by which to separate this gold from the dirt? What does that mean? Those who attended yesterday's talk? Anyone? Very quick.
Just to be kind to yourself.
Kind to yourself.
Wisely.
Wisely kind to yourself. How? Renunciation. Bodhicitta. And the wisdom of emptiness. Finally, it is the wisdom of emptiness which will cleanse the mind of the mental defilements and let this gold inside come out fully. Right? You are no more inferior. You have come to the zenith of your potential, which is what is displayed by all these enlightened beings, like Buddha, Jesus Christ, and so forth, all these beings. Okay, so we all have that capacity. This is the reality. Now the next is how to separate the two, so that the seed of perfection, the golden sign, becomes manifest. How can I do that? It is by resorting to the wisdom of emptiness. And to resort to the wisdom of emptiness, this must be driven by the force of a motivation. Very strong motivation. Motivation of bodhicitta, grounded on renunciation. So this forms a three principle aspects of the path. So with this in mind, so finally, with a very strong determination, how can I proceed to practice this wisdom of emptiness, to wake up from the sleep of ignorance, so that I would not be affected by the sleep of the ignorance, the dream anymore. Whereas as long as you are in the dream, you're going to be affected by the dream. You cannot be free. When will you be free from the effects of the dream? When you wake up. So how to wake up from the sleep of ignorance? This is known as the wisdom of emptiness. It is through the wisdom of emptiness that we should be able to free ourselves from all forms of fears and experience the ultimate happiness. Okay, so this is the question asked by the Shariputra to Aravalokteshvara as to how should the child of lineage practice the professional wisdom. Professional wisdom meaning that the wisdom of emptiness. Then Aravalokteshvara responded. Point number 3, that not to miss. What is the response given by Aravalokteshvara? Then he went on to explain how everything is like a dream. And the dream which is of 2 kinds. Conventional dream and the unconventional dream. Conventional dreaming meaning that we go to sleep. Yesterday we had the class, and then we went to your own house, you fell asleep, and you had a dream. Then this morning you wake up, the dream is over. Okay, that is the conventional dream. Now there is another dream, which is known as unconventional dream. From conventional dream, we wake up almost every day. From the unconventional dream, we never woke up. We have never woken up from this unconventional dream. What is happening now is the unconventional dream, right? And in the dream, if I ask you, if I tell you that you are dreaming, you will not believe me. Only when you wake up, I tell you that you are dreaming, you said, yes, I agree with you. Likewise, at the moment, if I say that you are dreaming, you are going through an unconventional dream, you will not believe me. Then only when you get a glimpse of how everything is like a dream, then if I say that you are dreaming, you are going through an unconventional dream, you will say yes. Okay, just last day, 2 days conference there. On the perspectives on consciousness, I met several neuroscientists. One a very senior neuroscientist, and I was so fascinated by him on the car, going from the what is that, guest house to the venue of the conference. In the car, 2 of us, we had just a casual discussion, and he said that, okay, what is meditation? With meditation, does it really help to bring some experience? And I said, okay, and then he said, is there really a wow moment? Wow moment, you meditate and suddenly there's a wow moment. Is there something like this? And then I said that there's no something like wow, like this, randomly is coming, no, don't expect that. And then he said, but many teachers, they say like this. Of course, we have to advertise it. We need trailers. In the trailers, right? In the trailers, you're having a cup of tea together, juice together, and suddenly, something happens. Okay, this is the trailer. Okay, so the point is that, then he said that, but is there a moment where you experience so profound, something very different? I said that is for sure, particularly when you see that whatever I'm seeing is not real. He said that I am dead sure that what I'm seeing is not real. He said it. That is for sure. But when I look at it, right, deep inside me I have a conviction that what I'm seeing is not real because of his exposure to neuroscience. How the play of the neurons, synaptic connections, neurotransmitters, they play trick on you. They play on you to make all these perception. Then somebody comes to prick me, there's a pain happening. Whereas the pain receptors are withdrawn. Somebody pricks, no pain. This is all the play of the neurons. He said that I'm very dead sure. What I'm seeing is not real. Even the perception of colors, shapes, language, and the taste, and the smell, and even the dimensions, time, temporal, they are all the play of the mind, the play of the brain. But I look at things, they are not seen as the play of the brain, they are seen so real. I know that it's not real, but it does not appear as not real. It appears still so real. Is something that can bring to a level whereby you look at things and things appear as not real. That I said 100% guaranteed. It's not that I realized I reached to that level, but that is guaranteed. This is the whole purpose. For that matter, what he was going through, I told him, what you were going through was the wisdom to see things. There are 3 levels of wisdom. Wisdom drawn through learning, wisdom drawn through reflection, wisdom drawn through meditation. 3. And what he was going through at the moment is the wisdom drawn through reflection. Through reflection, one gains conviction. Yes, things that appear to me, they don't exist the way they appear to me. But to change the appearance, not just to change the conviction, but to change the appearance, it is much more challenging. It requires a different mechanism. That is the mechanism of the 3rd wisdom. Wisdom drawn through meditation. So there, whatever conviction that you gained, you have to constantly engage in this, There are methods. With these methods, you can engage in this, and then it becomes very spontaneous experience. Spontaneous experience, then whatever you see that they are not really there. What I'm seeing, they are not really true. This kind. Okay, so on the Shariputra, Aravalokiteshvara, he responded, how to let your mind see things like a dream. Then the point number 4. What's the point number 4? Anybody who remembers the point number 4? What's the benefit? What's the benefit? Thank you. What's the benefit of seeing things like a dream? When you're in dream, you don't see things as dream. Only when you wake up, when will you wake up? When will you realize it was dream?
Wake up.
When you wake up. Only when you wake up, you realize that what happened in the dream was not real. You getting it? Okay. In the dream, seeing the dream as real, is this ignorance or wisdom? Seeing the dream as real, is this ignorance or wisdom? Ignorance. So this ignorance is in the dream or outside the dream? In the dream, you're getting it? When you're in the dream, you say the dream is real. You getting it? Okay, so the ignorance is in the dream. And in the dream, if the ghost chases you, you run away. You run away. And in the dream, you dream. At one point, I dreamt of my father, being cremated. And it was acutely painful thing for me. Right? Okay, then I woke up. Oh, I'm relieved. It's not real. Okay, so this was what happened. Now my point to you is that seeing the dream as real, and then because of so much of fear, so much of excitement, and so forth. Let's say fear, seeing the loss of your near one, the dream thing as real. That is ignorance. That ignorance is in the dream or outside the dream? In the dream. Okay, so from this what we come to realize is that this ignorance, seeing the dream as real, happens when you are in the dream. You are in the dream, you are dominated by this ignorance, seeing the dream as real. And what is the outcome of this dream? What is the outcome of this ignorance? It's the fear. You getting it? Okay, you like this fear or not? No, you don't like it. If you don't like the fear, what is the ultimate cause of this fear? The fear, ultimate cause of this fear is seeing the dream as real. Do you agree with me or not? Very good. So when will you discover that the dream is not real, the dream is dream? In the dream or outside the dream? Outside the dream. Outside the dream you realize that the dream ghost was not real. The dream ghost was empty of being real. So this, seeing the dream ghost as empty of being real, is that ignorance or wisdom? Wisdom. And what is the outcome of this wisdom? When you wake up, what happens? Relief comes to you. Do you want the relief or you want the fear? If you want the relief, go for the wisdom. If you want the fear, go for the ignorance. This is the conclusion. Now, the summary given here. What is the benefit? The benefit of seeing everything like a dream. Just as you see the dream as true only when you wake up. Likewise, we wake up from the ignorance, the dream of the ignorance. We wake up from that. Okay, wake up from this, and then all what happened in the dream. the ghost chasing you.